and it's circling and it says we are live. Hello, episode
I have to go to the bathroom.
22. Of course she does, because she is pregnant. If you haven't noticed for her,
I can wait for an hour.
Because it has been a month since we've last had an episode. A lot has happened. She went to a wedding. She had some baby showers. I turned 29 and now we're here.
I have not had any baby showers yet. I wish. Just a
gender reveals. You know what? My mind is all over the place. I got my second dose today. I'm going to blame it on that.
I didn't know this, but baby showers are done a month before you're due.
People do them however they want to do them. It's okay.
Well, just expect your invitation. It will be coming.
Ooh, fancy. It's gonna come in the mail?
Yeah, my mom and my sister are doing.
Oh, well, you did message me about it. Well, I'll be fully microchipped for it, and I still see no one. And I still see no one except maybe Catherine, maybe, and maybe Patrice. But
anybody I asked if they're watching, anybody I asked for your address, that's what that is. Because hey, people just sent me their addresses, no question asked, and I was like, thank you.
Nice. Well, it gives me an excuse because one, Carowinds will be open, and two, to see you.
Yes,
it's a win-win.
We don't have a bed anymore.
It's okay.
Okay. Just saying, we had to get rid of that so we could make room for.
Oh, I know. I'll sleep in the baby crib. I'm just kidding.
The couch is super comfy. I'm just saying.
Oh man!
You said in the crib? No.
That'd be hilarious.
The cats sleep in the nursery center, and I'm just like,
yeah. Stay tuned for a vlog.
Hey guys. I'm trying to be really quiet right now. I'm actually sleeping in the crib.
Right, exactly. It'll be so entertaining.
Heather has camera set up.
Mm-hmm.
Is she watching me?
Exactly.
And then I just come in and going, no.
Just in the background. No.
I'm too pregnant. I don't care what you're doing.
Well, the whole video will just be
making babies.
What? Yeah, no. I'm not about that life. That is you. You. I live a non-lavish lifestyle where I cannot have kids.
Non-lavish? Or lavish?
No. Not lavish. What? No. I just like to... I don't know. As much as I love my makeup and my skincare, I am saving up for the playoffs because them tickets are going to be expensive. Gotta go see my mans all live.
How long have you been living in this house now? 4 years? 3 years?
It's going to be 3
years. I remember you move in and you go, we're going to start saving for a fence. Oh, we actually went into that fence fund and we are going on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Amanda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the fence can wait. The fence can wait. I don't need a fence. Actually, I could use a fence since I got the dog.
The dog's still with you?
Oh, yeah. Dog's going to be with me until the parents build the house.
Oh, well, then at that point, the dog's yours.
Pretty much. But it's okay. I'm going to keep bribing my parents for a fence because I finally talked them in for built-ins by in my family room.
Oh, the bookcases.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So they're going to build those. That was my birthday gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I have French doors going into the office eventually. And I convinced my dad to help expand the deck. That's going to be him and Griffin.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to get a full patio in place.
You could do, until the fence, you can at least put like a little gate on the patio and then the dog.
Yes.
Because it's a small dog. It's not like Garrus.
No. No. I feel like Garrus gets bigger by the moment.
Like I'm going through Snapchat, like not Snapchat, TikTok, and I start from his first video, which was his first video was more like less than a year ago, but the videos were from around May time, and like I'm just like, he's grown so much in a year. He is a year, but he's huge.
He is. Just wait till the baby's here.
I'm already tired. Everyone keeps telling me that. And I'm like, y'all, I have 2 cats and a dog right now, and like a man child that's never home. I'm tired.
And that is the tea right there.
I tell him all the time, and I get it. You work long hours, and then when he's not working, he's hanging out with his friends. And I'm like, I'm sorry that I work from home, and all my friends are afraid of COVID or don't do anything.
Like, no, I'm your bestie right here. That's me.
Raleigh.
3 hours away. I know, because if you were here or if I was there, you'd be out all the time. Well, I mean, what this is with. Oh, now you throw a baby into the equation. Now I gotta think. Okay, back in the day, we'd be out all day, every day, going to Pizza Hut, bowling, movies, mozzarella sticks, Malik's butt.
Chili's,
yeah.
That's where Malik was. I mean, we did a lot in college, and then
you get old, and here you are.
There's just things to do, and I'm actually excited because grad school technically finishes today, but I turned everything in yesterday, and that was such a struggle. And now that that's done, and I'm like, I took today, I didn't do any Zooms with my classes today, and I planned for the rest of this month, which is only a week.
Still, there's a lot to be done in a week.
But I also planned out for next month up to Memorial Day, which is a 4-day weekend. So I have a month planned out already. So I'm just ready to sleep this weekend.
That sounds like a fantastic weekend.
And then when next week rolls around, everything's already done for next week. So I'm just going to start making things for the weeks to come and for my summer job, because I have my Post-it over here that's like taunting me.
Oh, you still doing the summer gig?
I mean, I already have everything made. I just have to go through it and make sure everything's what I want it to be, or in the format that I want it to be, or just starting to put onto Canvas.
So is the summer job, is that still virtual or?
Yes.
Okay.
It's still virtual, and it's starting. So the school that I do this with, they get out after Memorial Day. So they have like all of June off. I have up till June 23rd in school.
Gotcha.
So when they start their summer program, I'm actually still technically in school. I don't know what we're doing the last 2 days of school, but that's I can't work another job when I'm supposed to be working as a teacher. So,
got it.
I have to give them. They all have to take a pretest anyway, so I'm just going to throw up their pretest and be like, why would I Zoom with you anyway? Just take this pretest, and I'll see you for your first Zoom day, the day after my last day of school. And I don't even know if they're going to ask me to do summer school for the district I'm in now. So
wow, that's a lot.
I don't even know where I'm teaching next year.
It's nice. Cool. Hey, who knows? I mean, every day something new, going day by day. With COVID, day by day, who knows?
I know I'm staying in the district. I just don't know if I'm going to be virtual or if I'm going to go back face to face. And then the school year
starts. There's the tea right there.
And the school year starts with maternity leave.
So that's a good topic to open up.
Yep.
Kind of what we wanted to talk about. We always talk about, like, before an episode, we're like, what do you want to talk about? We had mentioned Falcon Winter Soldier. Who knows if that's going to happen? But as I was talking to Heather, once that show was released, all I could think about was, they had their blip and how they're, gone for 5 years and then they're coming back. And I know it's very different from like COVID happened and things right now are slowly getting back and it's weird. So that's like a good transition of, Heather doesn't know if she's going to be virtual or if she's going to be in person. I know for me personally, we have been taking baby steps going back into the office and it's weird. It's kicking my butt. I'm constantly exhausted, fatigued, and it's slightly overwhelming because you get to the point of it's only me and Griffin at home. And then you go into a space where there's like more people. It's like almost sensory overload in a sense. Like going back, I know we need that human interaction being here. It's so weird though. I can only imagine the transition y'all gonna have when you go back in, like how it's gonna affect teaching any type of job at that point. Like it's gonna be really weird transitioning back.
Education, well, at least in my school district, we've been transitioning since the beginning of the year. We have kids that are already face to face. We have teachers in the classroom. Their class sizes are just small.
Yeah.
And
small kids, like how many versus how it used to be?
Just before my biggest class was like 30 in the classroom, and that was pushing it. I didn't have enough desks.
Oh wow.
With that, but it just depends on the teacher and what they're teaching. But 25 is usually the minimum, or not even the minimum, but the average. The minimum for a regular teacher is usually like 20. If you can be that lucky. So
what is it now?
Now I think they have 10.
Oh, so okay,
10,
so about
10, 12. I don't know because I have 140 kids total.
Right.
Before, the biggest amount of kids that I've had was 90 because I only taught 3 classes.
Yeah.
And I had 30 for each class, and now I have 4 classes with about 40 kids in each class, more in some, less in others.
Because I went to like a lot smaller schools growing up, and even then we never had anything that small, so I can't, like, it just seems so weird. Even like at Western, even like those like really specialized classes never had.
I love those. Oh, I had one class that was like that, but that was education.
Yeah. But so like it's just so weird.
And well, before COVID, the school that I was teaching at is a behavior intervention school. Our classes don't get bigger than 12. So I'm used to having a small class size. But for me, my transition is, am I going back to being in those small classrooms where my group changes every week? Like, all the stuff that I really was struggling with before COVID as a teacher, because usually we have the same group of kids every week, and it's just a different type of school. So I'm like, am I going to go back to that?
Would you prefer so after teaching virtual like full time, do you think that it shouldn't blah 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 whatever it could be, should that like be like the new norm for like teaching? Because I don't know, I just feel like we've done it for so long now that it could be feasible. Like, what's the point of an actual school now?
So okay, so this is what I'm getting my master's in.
Haha, here we go.
I was gonna say, I've been educating other teachers. Technically, this type of education is not even new. It's been around since the late 1800s. The mail education, they used to mail materials so people could learn, and then the people would take assessments and mail it back. In China, they had television programs that would teach people through the television, and that's all distance learning. PBS, Bill Nye, all them. That's all distance education. So we've been doing this for a while. It's just that the problem with this year is that it was a crisis response, and nobody was ready for it. And so what I was going to school in, the important part of it is that you have to plan. You have to figure everything out before you even start with the kids. You have to know what you're teaching. You have to know, like, what you have to have the assessments made. You have to have all that done. But for us, I went into the school this year without knowing what I was teaching until a week before school started. So now they're like, okay, you're teaching 6th grade social studies.
So if you had this information ahead of time, how would that affect things, though?
If I knew, like, for me right now, I would like to know what I'm teaching next year, so that way I could have at least 6 weeks of lessons ready for when I start back up. I usually do that every year anyway.
Yeah.
But
would that make it a lot easier for like? Okay, well it
makes it easier for not just us but the kids, because then we can figure out how we want it structured, and then they can start getting into the routine of checking their inbox and doing
right.
My students don't check their inbox. A lot of them still don't know how to use the platform we use. And the big thing for my kids is that they were transitioning from elementary to middle school. So they're going from having one teacher to 4 teachers.
Yeah.
And not only are that now they're getting like work was like little, now they're getting a lot of work. And they're by themselves. No one's really checking them. But it does work. It's just you cannot give a teacher 150 or 160 students to be monitoring every week. And then I get parents come back at me going, why didn't you tell me they were absent? Why didn't you tell me they're failing? I'm sorry. I have 60 plus kids failing. How am I supposed to alert 60 plus parents a week? You have the tools and the resources to go and look. I understand.
So is that where, like, I don't know. Cause like where I'm like, you know, just trying to take things into perspective of like how we've adapted to this. Like, is it just like not feasible for all parents to do virtual school, or is it like, it's
feasible? It is feasible for
they're just not disciplined. Because like, you know, for like all like the other jobs, like I've just like, because like I know like Griffin could be work from home full time. I could be as well. And is that going to be like a new norm? Is that too progressive? And then that's why we were thinking about education the other day, because it's like kids these days can learn anything they can just type in whatever on Google. There's probably a YouTube video on things these days. So that's why I'm like, is this going to be like something that could be like...
The problem right now is that parents don't know how the kids are learning because it's not the same way that they learned.
Yeah.
And it makes them uncomfortable. And then the kids feel it, they see it, they hear it, they take it, they throw it back in the teacher's faces going, well, this is not how we're supposed to do it, blah, blah, blah. And I have parents chatting me on Zoom saying, hey, it's actually really hard to draw on a computer. I go, no, duh. Like, you can draw a stick figure. I'm not expecting a Monet. Like, you know, do your best. And I go, the big one, I sign them art projects.
Yeah.
And the parents are like, well, how are they supposed to turn this in? You take a picture with your phone.
Yeah.
You email it to yourself and then upload it. Now, the kids cannot do all that stuff. And I said, there's a thing on the platform where they can click media recording and they can record with their computer the stuff, because I'm tired of them always being on the computer. I want them to take some time off the computer.
Well, you would think with all their time being on there, they would know how to do it.
Most of them do. I have a kid who cannot, I'm not going to say names, but he cannot read or write. Well, he can read-ish. The computer reads to him. He can't really write. And I asked him, how do you make your TikToks? Because your TikToks have little things over it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm only a couple words. I can do a couple words. I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, that's a good point. Like kids can make TikToks, but they can't do like
he says
what you're trying to do.
And he says he uses text to speech. He uses his phone. His phone has more tools than the computer does.
Oh, see,
like, okay, kids
these days are so spoiled with that type of technology. They're probably like
spoiled. It's kind of just, you gotta kind of think like, if you give a book to a blind person, well, they're not going to be able to read it unless it's Braille. So for this kid, you can't give him a Chromebook without a device that can allow him to do text to speech because he cannot write. So if he can do text to speech and he can at least articulate his thoughts and he can answer this stuff, I'm cool. I opened it up so he can just record himself answering the questions. I had to sit there and listen to it, but
interesting. I mean, it's all just interesting how
it's all different. And
it
is feasible, but like I said, it's the class sizes that make it hard right now because the kids are getting lost. As in, the schools don't know what's happening per student.
Is there just a shortage of teachers, or why are the classes so big then?
Because we got teachers in the classroom.
Oh.
With 10 kids. So you got teachers in the classroom with like 30 kids. Now there are teachers who do hybrid where they're teaching online and they're teaching kids in the classroom, and that's harder than virtual.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. And we have professors that did that at Western. But they don't have an assistant to read the chat while they're teaching. And again, a lot of it is that they're getting lost because the teachers have too many students, and then attendance was not something that I used to call about. Like, hey, I haven't seen your kid in 2 weeks. That's something the office would focus on. But now I don't know. I know they get an automated phone call, but if you don't update your records, you don't get that phone call. There's just so many little logistics to it that you really need you need people who are just focused on these kids. We can't I have 5 different principals to contact, 5 different attendance clerks.
Normally there's only one principal.
because I have 5 different schools. These kids aren't going to school together. When they go back to school, they're all going to go and be at their actual school. But I have kids at 5 different schools in one classroom. And so now I got to remember.
But it's all the same curriculum?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just 6th grade social studies. Everyone in the state should have the same curriculum.
See, I don't know.
And that's another positive of distance learning is that they could have a teacher teaching them in China. They can have students from other classes, but the problem right now is just how large the classes are. And you got me into a tyrant, but or like a rant. Not a tyrant. I'm always a tyrant in the classroom. Anyway,
just in the classroom
and at home. We're learning about dictators and stuff right now. But
Heather the dictator over here.
Oh, Keelytopia, complete dictatorship. I already told them.
Yeah. And Garristopia too.
Oh Lord. But they love having him on screen.
I'm sure. I mean, that's called a good break right there.
The class pet.
Yes. See, you don't have to choose a favorite. You got Garrus.
I love the cat too because the cats walk on my keyboard and they're like, "I've been mooned by a cat," and I'm like, "Yep." But I don't know. It's just it could be done so much better. It's just again, it was a crisis response, and I'm just next year because we've had all year to really plan for next year, but we've been in like trying to figure things out in the moment that we haven't even figured out stuff for next year. That's why it's been stressing me out. Like I'm so tired because I'm trying to get ready for next year when I'm still working on what I'm doing this week. And I try to get answers because I don't know when these kids are testing. I'm like, these kids are going to be testing in like not even a little over a month. And I'm like, we usually have a testing schedule out by now. And they're like, we're still working on it. We're still trying to figure out the virtual and the face-to-face and the teachers to supervise and to administer the tests. And I'm like, I have to go get a doctor's note so I don't have to go in.
Yeah, who knows what down the line. I mean, it's already May, which is crazy. We're already almost halfway through 2021, which I feel like New Year's was like yesterday, it seems like. So it's so weird. And I don't know. The world is going 1,000 miles an hour. And I don't know. It just sounds like we're just not prepared.
We're not prepared for even next year, which, I mean, I don't like to say that, but usually by now teachers know where they're going to be and have a vague idea of what they're going to teach or what grade they're going to teach, or because a lot of times principals like to switch it up.
Yeah.
I won't know until June.
Oh, even then, who knows at that point? Because June's only a month away.
Well, I'm saying in June, they're going to tell me if I'm virtual, but that only gives me 5 weeks to get ready for my maternity leave. Exactly.
Because who knows? Like, what if it changes up again on you?
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. I mean, we don't know. I don't know. Just with like how things are right now, it just seems like there's just still like a lot of unknown.
I do know we're all going back. I know there's going to be a virtual option still. But
do you get to choose that though?
I get to ask.
Ah.
They get to pick, and the priority teachers are the ones with serious medical conditions. And those are the teachers that get to go in. And then now again, I'm just like in this whole thing of if we're going back, we're going back. If it's a you know, my whole thing is you can have teachers with medical conditions that need to be home, fine, but you need to have teachers who actually know what they're doing. Garrus, I swear I'm going to put you in a pound. Okay.
And that's the TCJ because he's never home. Just kidding.
Well, if he was home, he could at least watch the dog right now. But
while he paints, it's a win-win.
He was doing that today for me. But you need to have teachers who actually know what they're doing and can help guide those teachers that have medical conditions, because the medical condition. He's trying to get the headphones. There are teachers who, I'm sorry, but they don't take attendance. They're not doing their job, and that's actually giving the rest of us who work our butts off a bad reputation.
Got it. There's the ones ruining it for the others.
Because they're just they don't hold Zooms, and it's because they're shopping or whatever, and it's like we all know who they are because social media.
Are they the medical conditioned teachers?
Some are, some aren't. It just depends on the person. There are some medical condition ones who actually know how to work the technology, but my whole thing is if you're going to let people stay virtual because of the medical conditions, make sure that they know how to teach virtually. Like give them that training, because we all were just thrown into here you go, here's virtual, and then they're like, oh, we're going to have a program that helps you with everything. The program's for high schoolers. So that didn't work. So now we all had to scrap that and just basically make our own stuff all year. Yeah. It's not easy. And sorry, I'm just saying I give my kids like 2 assignments a week. You have other teachers who give that like 1 assignment a week or 1 every other week. I'm like, what are you doing the rest of the time? Just talking to them on Zoom?
No.
I'm past lecture days. That's old school.
Exactly. See, old school. We're in new school. I'm just kidding.
I give them YouTube videos. When you said that, I laughed because honestly, there's a website called Edpuzzle. You can put the YouTube video in, and then you put questions in at each time marker. So it will pause the video and ask a question about what they just watched.
See, I mean, I feel like kids would love that because, hey, it's YouTube. You don't think about that being school. You're watching YouTube.
Depends on the video.
Yeah, but it's still YouTube. It's still something that they use every day.
They get kind of tired of it. They're all just done. It's been a long school year, and for us to go out all the way into June, and then the kids really just get like the teachers get a 5-week break or a 6-week break, not even a real break. It's just our contract hours. But like because we don't get paid for the summer, and I'm gonna have to work this summer to get ready for maternity leave. But they're not really gonna get a break this summer, and they're gonna need it.
Yeah, I miss the days of summer break.
I honestly don't want summer break.
Well, you get maternity break.
Well, I mean, I've worked every summer since I started teaching. Yeah, and I mean, it's shortened, which is nice. But for me, I don't like not having summers because I'm not getting paid for it. So it's very hard. Summer's tight.
That is true.
And I don't like spreading my paycheck out 12 months because I'm not losing money. I'm just investing into the summer so I don't have to work the summer. So it's just kind of like if you do the math for your own paychecks, I don't know how much you make, but if you try to factor in how much you actually need to survive for the month and then use your paycheck to get it where you can be 3 months where you don't have to work, that's how these paychecks are. Plus all they're taxed. Yeah. And so when you pick the 12-month option, they're taxing you for that 12 months, not the 10. Like if you get 10 months, you actually make a little bit more, and then you can put that money away yourself. But I don't have that kind of control.
Right.
And also, my district doesn't allow me to make that option. So there's just a lot. There's a lot of there's a lot of things with teaching that a lot of people don't realize.
What I meant by summer break is that it's paid.
It's just it's not. Yeah, I was like, it's not paid for me.
I
and
know.
I don't.
I wish we all had vacation. I wish we all as a whole. Obviously, the United States would never go for it because we're like #1 workaholic country.
Well,
why?
If you also think about it, if everybody had summer break, nothing would be running.
This is true. But I was going to go back to why can't we be like Europe? Because Europe gets like 8 weeks off every year.
But I think you get to pick.
Well, yeah. I didn't say specifically summer. I said 8 weeks in general. Because I think like the normal in the US is like either 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks, which I feel like is enough for a vacation, especially when you factor in if you get holidays off.
Yeah.
Some do, some don't.
Yeah.
And then you also have, I know it just depends on the job. You can get PTO, you can get sick days that you can use, and they can't ask you why because HIPAA. It's if you go over 5 days, that's when they can get into HIPAA stuff, or at least ask for a doctor's note. But for me, I guess what it is for me is that because I get all those offs, they're not paid, but I would prefer just to make more money. So I would prefer to work through the summer and get ready for the next school year and do the paperwork side of teaching that we don't get to really do during the school year because we are 100% focused on the kids. When you have kids in your classroom and you need to get things graded, they give you an hour and a half to grade, plan, go to a meeting, go to do this, all that other stuff. I want to do in the summer when I don't have kids.
Yeah.
I don't bring my work. Well, I do bring my work home now, but I don't do it after contract hours.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
At least I don't have to go and watch sporting events this year.
That is true. I guess it depends on what sport.
Well, I don't even need to watch it. I'm just sitting there
I'm just kidding. I'm just traumatized from being in high school, being in band, having to go to every single sporting event, and it's like, no.
That's a choice. You chose that.
Well, no. Well, in a way, because the reason why I chose band because it got me out of all these other bullshit classes. Like I didn't want to take PE. I didn't want to take computer. Might as well play some drums, and that's what I did.
Band's so much more of a commitment than PE.
It is, but I was playing an instrument since I was 2 at that point. It didn't phase.
If you enjoy it and you like it, yeah.
I did like it until my band director. But we got to go on trips. That was worth we got to go to Six Flags and where else did we go? Busch Gardens. And we went to the Red Sox's baseball field. In Washington, D.C. I know. We were all pissed. We're like, wait, you're telling me we went to Six Flags the year before and now we're going to this? No one likes baseball because it's baseball. It's boring. But
you went to Boston.
Yeah.
So that's the fun part, though. I mean,
but as a kid, though,
I went to Boston in 7th grade. We didn't go to Wrigley Stadium or whatever. Because
we're
all Yankees fans,
right? But I had already been to Boston. Not to sound like spoiled, but I used to horse show up in Massachusetts, so it's just kind of like another day.
But for the other people in band that didn't get to do that, that was an opportunity for them to.
They thought it was fun.
Yeah, and also if you go to that market, there's a bunch of Navy guys there.
There you go.
Just saying,
not my market. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just saying there's a lot of guys and they're in uniform. I was a 7th grader. I was just like, hey.
Yeah, there you go. Just like how we were at the football. Just like how we're at the football games at Western. Look at the butts. Look at them thighs.
I did that in the last episode. I'm not spoiling, but I did that in the last episode of Winter Soldier. And CJ just started dying because I don't care.
That's me every time there's a hockey game. And I'm like, oh, look at them butts. And Griffin's like, it's padding. I said, you can tell with some of the guys if it is padding versus if it isn't padding. Yeah, you can tell.
So that wedding, CJ.
Oh yeah.
Yep, CJ dressed up, everything. It was interesting. And the wedding. But so he dressed up and
as the Easter bunny?
No. His pants accentuated the booty.
Ah,
they didn't rip. Well, one of the wedding party was for the other team, so he was gay. And he goes to me, he goes, "Is that your man?" And I'm like, "Yes." Oh, like, is the man in the red shirt? Is that your man? I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "He's got a butt. He's got a good looking butt." He's like, "That shouldn't be out there like that. I've never seen a guy with that kind of butt." I go, "I know."
I'll let him know whenever I make it to the to the baby shower. Be like, "Hey, heard you got a nice butt."
You totally should. He's very proud of his butt.
I'm glad. Griffin has no butt at all, and I love butts, thighs, and Griffin has no butt or thighs.
You should just tell him to wear padding.
I mean, Griffin out here, he went to play hockey the other night, and I was just wanting to be like, can you just walk up in like your gear to pretend that you got a butt and some thighs?
Pretend, like little
pretend, right?
Just
pretend, just pretend. And stop ruining it for me every time I watch a game and I go, look at that ass. He's like, it's padding. No, it's not. Some of them got junk in the trunk and it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, and that's what every time I do that, every guy's always like, "Oh, it's padding" or whatever. I'm like,
stop ruining the fun.
I was like, what about that scrawny guy over there? He don't got no butt.
It's the same equivalent of them going, look at the tits.
Like,
it's a push-up bra.
It's padding. It's just a push-up butt. That's why the girls' boobs look so big. It's the padding. Right. Especially if they have the fake ones.
It's silicone.
Just don't go at them with a needle.
And deflated tit. Ooh. Ow.
I don't think that's how it works, but
ooh.
I think you get the blood before you actually get the silicone. Amanda. My sister keeps going, my sister keeps going, I want a boob job. And her boyfriend's like, oh yeah, I'll pay for that. And I'm like, why? No, you don't need that.
Are you saying that because now you got tits having a kid? I'm just kidding.
I don't. I mean, they're bigger, but they're not. They're still. They're. Oh, I went from a B cup to a C cup, and not even that. It's more of it going. It's more the band. Because I'm just getting bigger.
Yeah, as much as like I don't know, because I feel like if you have small boobs, you want bigger boobs, and then the bigger boob girls are telling little boob girls, no, you don't want it because all like the back pain and this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, it'd just be nice if, when I get fat, if it would just distribute a little bit more evenly and not just like in the gut. Like you travel here, you just don't stop here, you just go a little bit further.
Wait, you wanted to not stop at the boobs?
I wanted to stop here, but it goes one step further to the belly.
Yeah, I had those issues. It's just body type, and then also what you're eating and hormones
But it's okay.
It's actually easier to lose weight if it goes through your gut. If you want to lose weight, you can actually lose it faster if it's going to your gut. That's why guys lose weight faster, because it's going to their gut. If it's going to your hips and to your boobs,
the beer weight.
If it goes to your boobs or to your hips, your body's taking it as it's preparing for something.
No, we are preparing for nothing. We're just preparing to look good for the playoffs. I'm just kidding.
Well, I got to start meal prepping and doing that all again. Now that I have time,
there you go.
I'm going to start meal prepping so I can eat a little bit better. And then, he wants to work out and lose weight. He started doing protein shakes and drinking the gallon of water. So now I just got to change his eating. And so he should lose weight fast.
Yeah, me and Griffin downloaded Pokemon Go. Again, we're taking walks through the neighborhood. Yeah! I'm catching my Pokemon from my Nintendo Switch and sending it over. And then next thing I know, I walked 20 minutes. And I'm like, wow, that was 20 minutes? That was a mile and a half or whatever. Just catching Pokemon. It was great.
But see, I like Pokemon Go, but as an exercise, I don't like it. I mean, it's good for you to start, but then you have to stop. And then you have to try to catch them. Stopping is bad. You got to keep going.
Well, Hallie had it now because I know in the past, if you didn't stop, it would like run away or glitch out. It doesn't do that anymore because I'd be driving. Well, Griffin be driving. I'd be catching along the way, and it doesn't disappear anymore.
Because I did Harry Potter, the Harry Potter.
Oh, I remember at Carowinds.
Yeah, Carowinds.
Wait.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I had.
That's gonna be me whenever I make it down to Carowinds because one of my YouTube friends, she wants to go to Carowinds. She wants to go ride some roller coasters. Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
I was like, CJ really wants to go to Carowinds and ride coasters, and I'm like, I'm not a coaster person. I only do the ones that don't flippy flip, and even then, there's not a lot of them. So I was like, I have my 3. And then you have fun. And he feels bad because he doesn't want to go on a coaster by himself. I'm like, I'm used to sitting here waiting by myself. I'll get myself an ice cream. I will sit and read a book. Like, I enjoy going to Carowinds and just relaxing.
Oh, right. Well,
because you guys go on without me.
Well, because I don't like doing all of them. Like, I don't go on, what's the one? I don't go on Nighthawk because I feel like I'm going to go flying out. That's no fun.
Which one's that
one? So they
double one?
The double one?
There's one that has like 2 things, but it's like, and it's turning. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's okay.
They all look a little different. One I look at and I go, oh, is that Batman? And I'm like, it's not. I'm not at like 6 Flags.
You're thinking of 6 Flags. So they can do their thing. We'll go to Panda and get the ice cream and all that good stuff.
Yes, and then I told him too. I was like, I want to go to Carowinds just so I can Panda Express. He goes, there's Panda Express there. I go, oh yeah, it's by the bridge. I know exactly where it is. We're going. It's super expensive, but we're gonna go.
But it's so good. That Panda, it hits though, because like there's a Panda near my house, kind of, and it just doesn't hit the same. Like if you go to Carowinds.
Yeah, but I really liked Panda at school.
Okay, that Panda was on a whole different level of Panda.
That was so good.
And it was better because you paid with DB.
Yeah, which is parents' money for me anyway.
Right, parents' money. Woo! Woo!
Well, my parents still help me.
Well, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I'm glad they got the nursery set for me.
Yeah,
it's actually really nice.
I saw the cats chilling in it. It's gonna be great.
No, that's the nursery center. That's just a like a carrot, like just something in the living room or a travel thing. Like a travel bed kind of thing and changing station. What my parents got me was an actual crib, a changing table, which is not a changing table, it's a dresser now. And then they have these bars around it, and then you put the baby inside the bar thing, but you can take that thing. I know. You take the thing off, and then now it's a dresser. Everything is made so that way it can just change into something for older kids. So that way you don't have to buy new furniture. So
that's good.
And then they got me a rocking chair. And they got me the rocking chair with the little stool because I was like, I want to put my feet up and rock at the same time.
Nice.
And then I'm going to probably do this while I'm teaching. It's not even for the baby. It's just all for me. Exactly.
Because at that point, it's going to be all about babies. So take what you can get.
Yep. That's why I want to be ready for the school year next year. And this is why it's stressing me out because I'm like, I have no idea what is in store for me. So let me do what I can control now.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed yet, Heather likes to be in control. So when she's not in control, she acts like this. I'm just kidding.
It's true, because if I feel out of control, like,
Right?
so I'm very like, I am not a type A person. I'm very type B, but when it comes to where
You're a good hybrid of it, because I'm like the same.
yeah, because I was like, I'll type A when I feel like things aren't getting done.
Yeah.
By other people. And so if they're not doing their job, well, I gotta step in and do your job.
Mm-hmm.
And that does not make me a happy camper, because I like not
No.
doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll type B it. I'm just
Yeah, it's gonna be
tired.
interesting. Life is gonna be interesting come summertime.
But that's been my month. The past month has been like this, and that's why I've been so busy, because I had grad school and weddings, and then the nursery, and just like now it's all slowing down, since the only thing really is the baby shower, and my sister, my mom, and his aunt are doing that. And I already finished the registry. I put it out there. The ultrasound, I have that May 3rd with the glucose test. So
nice.
Going to go get that done. And then when I get that ultrasound, I have I'm basically like pushing this registry as much as I can, because I've gotten some stuff, but I haven't gotten like the good stuff yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've gotten some good stuff, but not like the wipe warmers or whatever, like bottles and diapers. I haven't gotten any diapers yet. So those are
expensive too.
And they're going to go up apparently after June. The price is going to go up on them. So
I believe it.
We're going to go to Costco soon and just bulk shop them.
No, that's good. I mean, that's the way to do it. I love Costco. Not that I have a baby or anything. Just in general, buying shit in bulk, I love it. You never know.
More, but it's hard because it gets expensive in bulk. But
yeah, up because it is expensive like up front, but with how much like less you have to like go out to Walmart or something, it's already there type thing, because it's only me. Because it's only me and Griffin, and we shop at Costco like it's nobody's business. But like we hardly have to go to those like Walmart runs to go like do like a big shopping trip. I just go just to get out of the house at this point, get my little breath of retail therapy.
I can't do that. I have no money.
It's not like I'm like blowing money. I'm just going to get a breath of fresh air of window shopping, because I'm saving up for the playoffs, because playoff tickets are going to be like $200 a piece.
But you know me. I can't go into a store.
Yeah,
and leave empty-handed. I believe with a book. It's Target or
sour cream chips.
I'm thinking about those right now. Donuts now. Donuts are my thing right now.
Okay. Well, don't grab a car. Whatever you can fit into your hands.
Oh, I've done that too. I've also done it where I walk to the store instead of take the car. I when I was like really beginning of pregnancy, and I didn't have a car, I walked to the Food Lion with a bag, and I was like, okay, whatever can fit in this bag is what's coming with me, because I have to carry it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that did help, but I didn't get what I needed. I got what I wanted.
Yeah, that is the dilemma right there.
And I knew that CJ would go and get what was needed.
Yeah.
So I still spent the money.
This is why I take both my card and Griffin's card. So when I put all the stuff that we need on Griffin's card, what I want on my card.
Well, we have the system of he gets the groceries and all that kind of stuff. I do all the bills, and then he does everything else. So, but my other worst enemy is Amazon shopping on my phone, because I did the registry through Amazon. So now I'm on Amazon. I'm like, oh, I need this, and when the registry gifts started coming, he texts me, goes, what did you buy now? And I'm like, I swear I didn't buy anything. But that's how it was through the whole pandemic. It was things just coming to my door. I was about to send you some stuff, and I was like, I can't.
Oh no!
I sent you the stuff for Christmas.
Yeah.
But I was just like
Griffin took it.
with birthday, it's so hard. It's so hard to buy for you. So I was just like, oh, I want to make you need to do a tour of your room. You need to do a tour of your house. There's nothing you need. You just want it. You've got everything you need, and I don't even know what you want anymore because your flavors change every week.
Did you see what Griffin did for my birthday? That's who I want. That's who I want. I want him. Wrap him up, send him to my house.
How am I gonna? Okay, I did think of this. I don't think he's on Cameo, but I did think about trying to buy a Cameo from him.
He is not on Cameo because Griffin looked into it too.
Yeah, no, Griffin's got this all done. Like, I knew Griffin had this in the bag.
Man, if he would have wished me a happy birthday, I would have died right there. Or Brock, I would have died. Just died.
My computer's starting to be slow.
Oh no. CJ, get off the Wi-Fi. I'm just kidding.
He's not here.
I know. I just wanted someone to blame.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me turn it. Yeah, I'll turn off my phone.
You know, this is bringing me back to those Nintendo Switch days. Remember, Heather's trying to fly over? Communication error!
That was at this house.
Oh, man.
And because I don't do the Switch anymore, I downgraded my internet. Because that was...
Wait, what about him? What about him? What about his gaming?
He doesn't play as much.
Oh.
He hasn't played his stuff in months. He's been painting.
Oh, nice.
And he's not home.
I miss painting. Like our painting days, you know?
That's also what I'm doing this weekend. I'm painting the stars and the galaxy stuff. I'm going back to finishing that up. Putting the space animals, like the astronauts.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to finish those up because I want to hang them up.
Are you going to be like Bob Ross?
Yeah, no. I did do it when I was experimenting with the paint and trying to figure out the colors. I have a black and white Bob Ross looking thing.
Yeah, good old Bob Ross. Man, his tutorial, that was hard. I failed at that shit.
I was impressed with myself. It didn't look like his, but we also didn't have the right supplies.
One day I know, but that's expensive. I really want to get what are they called? The thingies to put your canvas on. And
I have one. Yeah, an easel.
Yeah, is it nice?
It's a metal one. From I wish I was in that office now because it would be right by my feet. It's a metal one, and I put it on the desk, and then I moved the bar down because I was like, how am I supposed to do this all the way up here? I just moved the bar down, and now I can actually just do the painting on my desk and sit. But you can also make it full size so you can stand and paint too.
Oh no, that's too much effort right there. I want to
but I made it. I made it so I could make it a desktop one, kind of like how Painting with a Twist does, because they have their easel on the desk. Oh, when you come, we can do that.
I've never done painting with the paint?
We can do Painting with a Twist.
I've never been to a painting with a twist or anything like that.
The whole thing with the twist is that you got to bring your own alcohol, but
that's fine.
For me, I mean, I'm not going to drink, so you can bring something, and I'll bring juice.
I'm going to bring Tipsy Sharks. They are at Applebee's. I haven't been to Applebee's yet, but it's a margarita and blue curacao and pineapple juice, and it is fantastic. You put like little gummy sharks on top. Shwasted, sloshed, awesome.
Yelling at the dog.
I figured as much.
I heard everything though. Shwasted, sloshed.
Hey, yeah, and then right after you have baby, me and Ashley will have gummy bears ready for you. You're gonna need them.
So I was like, so when you guys get your invites, I feel like you and Ashley are gonna be like, all right, we gotta make gummy bears.
Yes. Me and Ashley are gonna be popping gummy bears all day.
I heard something about Mimosa's gonna be there, but I don't really know the whole situation. But I know that oh my god, it's so funny. My sister she reached out to his aunt, and his aunt was just like, I don't want to play that diaper game with the chocolate. If I play that game, I have to be wasted.
Okay, diaper, chocolate, a shitty diaper.
Yes, that's what it is. So it's a game. So you take the chocolate and you melt different chocolates in different diapers, and you have to taste the chocolate and try to guess what chocolate it is. Yeah. So she said that she has to be wasted if she were to play that game.
No,
it's a typical game. I played it at school for one of the baby showers we had.
Yeah, see, I don't attend baby showers except for one, and that's gonna be yours. So I have no idea what.
I've never been to one that's an actual one. I've only went to the ones that were held at school.
Mm-hmm.
And they were usually just, here's a diaper. How much do you think it's gonna weigh? What do you think the name is? I already even announced the name and everything, so that's not a game. What eye color do you think it? What hair color? But you don't even know what that is until the baby comes out. And then, but it's
don't worry. I'm gonna be there with my Punnett squares, and I'm gonna be like, all right, here we go.
It's like, Heather, what color is your mom's eyes? Oh, green. Okay, so little B. And what color is your dad's eyes? Oh, green, little B.
Yeah.
And then it's like, CJ, what color your eye, or what color your mom's eyes? Okay, little B.
Right.
What about your dad? Little B. Okay, so she's definitely gonna have light colored eyes.
Exactly. That's gonna be me.
It's gonna either be blue or green. But see, my eyes are blue. His eyes are blue or are blue. Yeah. So the chances are, most likely, her eyes are gonna be blue or green.
Mm-hmm.
If without brown eyes, I'd be
Who
shocked.
knows? That recessive gene might be kicking in. Who knows?
And that could be from both of our sides. I mean, my grandfather's eyes were brown. So, but
yeah. See,
and then the hair color thing is going to be the biggest thing because I have brown hair and CJ's technically blonde.
I was gonna jokingly say it's gonna be bald like CJ, but we can't do that to Ellie.
No, but his nephew, I can't show a picture. His nephew is 6 months, or not even, like 4 or 5 months, and he has so much hair. Like she put it in a boy pony thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, whoa. And I'm starting to get heartburn, so that's also an indicator of hair.
Oh, nice. At least won't be bald like him. I'm just kidding.
Watch, she grows up and she starts shaving her head and she goes to these metal concerts and
she's
basically gonna be like Amanda.
Yeah, see, I'll get along. Maybe I'll actually hold her as a kid then. Be like, all right, here we go.
Hold her as a kid at 16, like, yeah, go ahead, be in the mosh pit with me.
Well, hell yeah.
Oh,
dude.
please.
I'll be the cool aunt. I'll be the cool aunt. Dude.
My sister will be teaching her how to, like, you know, put makeup on and farm stuff, and then you and CJ will be trying to, like, brainwash her into liking metal and, like, mosh pits.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, listen to Hamilton.
Yeah. And they're gonna listen. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Be like, all right, we're gonna go boy watching. Let's go.
And she goes, I'm a lesbian.
I'll be like, all right, Heather. I can't. I'm just kidding. Can't go boy watching no more. That's what I live for.
You boy watch. She girl watches.
Yeah, there we go. I'm out here boy watching for Catherine. I'm like, how about him? Just like you. Remember when we were driving and you were like, jailbait, hoo ha ha.
And I told that story to CJ, and he also does that.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was like the best thing ever. Honestly.
You know my brain.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
It's yeah.
But it's gonna be so interesting. Come July, baby's gonna be here. It's gonna be like, oh hey Heather, I haven't seen you in like almost 2 years. Now you got a kid.
Yeah, and then with the podcast, it's either we're gonna have to take a break, or Catherine or Megan tap in, or Griffin tap in.
Oh, Patrice showed some interest in tapping in.
That too. Yeah, because like the farther I get into this, the more tired I'm gonna get.
CJ, tap in.
That'd be funny.
He'd be like, what the hell?
He's streaming.
On Twitch?
Not yet. They're setting it up. He has this whole ghetto setup for downstairs. He's using my tripod for for something, and then using a webcam and all this stuff. But they're just playing the Digimon game.
I didn't know there was a Digimon game
With the cards and stuff. That's been his new jam.
Oh, and well, you told me that. Yeah, I know you told me that. You were like, you bought more Digimon cards. I'm just kidding.
And he always goes, guess how much I could get, or how much money I'm getting this week. And I'm like, not enough.
Oh wow, I didn't know people.
I don't see this money.
Right, where's my cut of the money?
That's so the car.
That's so fun. I mean, that's a good idea. I've never thought about setting up something to stream playing cards. Not that I play Digimon. Not that I play Pokemon cards. I collect Pokemon cards.
So he has it though where they're all playing, and obviously they're not all in the same area, but they have the camera so he can see them.
Oh.
So he can see what they put down, and then he responds and whatever. But they were testing it because the problem is when they hold their cards and the angle of the camera, they can see their cards. So they're trying to not expose the cards while they're playing. So they were just trying to get it, and then lighting and all that. So,
dude, lighting, it's make it or break. I'm just kidding. Interesting.
Well, right now the sun's going down as the podcast has gone.
I know.
I'm starting to get slower because the sun's going down.
I noticed that. I'm like, wait, your area just got like super dark. But my window, it is dark outside.
Oh, and that lamp's not plugged in.
Nice.
I'll have to get up to turn on, but we're at the end of the night, so I'm not getting up.
Yeah, and Garrus, him and his sabotage with the lamp. But it's
no, he's at the window. That's why he keeps barking. I opened the window.
To the wall.
I opened the window so he could have entertainment, but anytime the kids ride by on their bikes, he starts barking.
Get him, Garrus.
He's like, I want to play.
Oh, he's gonna be so hyper with babies. He'll be like, let's go.
Well, I'm more worried about the cats.
Oh.
Because I can
that pesky Remy and his sabotage.
I can keep him away from the baby away from him. The cats are smaller. And
Remy thinks he's small. Remy thinks he's small.
Remy does not think he's small. Did you see that Snapchat video I sent you?
Yeah, I did. And all I can think of is the from Christmas with the branch. How it was just kind of like.
I put it on TikTok. I was just like, it's been a while since I posted something on TikTok. So I posted Remy like attacking Garrus's face.
Oh. I like it. Well, as you mentioned, we did make it up on our hour. Woo. Didn't even feel like an hour.
I'm ready for bed.
I'm exhausted. I don't even know from what. Maybe my second microchip dose. I don't know. But my arm isn't sore. I have no side effects at all. I've been reading on Facebook. Yeah, I mean that's usual though, because I don't sleep.
Well, tell me tomorrow how you feel, because it usually hits the next day.
I will. I'll send my daily I'm still alive snap, even if I'm not texting or posting on social media. But
in it, because sometimes you just send a black screen. But also put I am alive and I'm
awake, alert, enthusiastic. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I will.
Yeah. I listen to your stories. I didn't go there, but I know the stories.
Oh yes, good times. Dun dun dun. But yeah, I'll definitely keep y'all posted on any side effects. Griffin had none except being sore still, but it's interesting. Because I've been seeing a lot of people have cold shivers, fevers, vomiting. No. I mean, that's a good way to lose weight, but no. I'm just kidding. I digest. But yeah.
I digest.
Yeah, Griffin started saying it, and now I'm saying it, and I'm just
I you got me on a tyrant.
Oh man. But thank you for joining in on episode 22. And hopefully we make it to episode 23 next week. Who knows where life takes us, as we explained in today's episode. A lot going on. So don't forget to like this video, like the podcast, like Heather. Go find her on social media, just like her children. And we will see you at the next episode.
Don't do that.